Wow, this thing looks awesome. Oh! Hello and welcome back everybody, my name is LittleCornDogs, and in today's video I am making a monorail. You've probably seen monorails like at the airport or at Disneyland, or even in some movies. Now I'm not saying this modded map I made looks anything like your traditional monorail. It looks a little bit more like a tightrope, but yeah, you get the point. Now surprisingly, you'd probably think I got the idea for today's video from all the examples I just showed you, but I actually got it from this. This is a gyro monorail, and it's kind of the first one ever made. I was watching a really cool historical video on this quite some time ago, and for some reason, it just came up in my memory. It was really cool because it would lean into turns and be able to hold a lot of people on one set of wheels, kind of like a rollerblade. Anyways, now that I'm done talking your ear off, let's get to building. Okay, so first we need to build a quick little test train, and if it works, then I'm going to move on and actually try to do a massive train. And then from there, I'm going to try and make that massive train be a bullet train and go insanely fast. Speaking of fast, let's add a thruster here. And for cosmetic purposes, let me go ahead and add this little rounded bit so, you know, it looks nice and flush with this little thruster here. Now, for the functionality part, I'm just gonna go with the gyro stabilizer to try and balance us on that little, well, that big beam right there. Okay, cool, that looks pretty good. But you know, just so things stay centered, I think I'm going to add these guys going all the way down on both sides. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so it's always gonna wanna stay centered, and then we even have this gyro stabilizer in there. So anyways, let's go ahead and put this to like 4. I think that's okay. And let's test this thing out. Now, I think the hardest part of today's video is going to be making this thing balance and also making this thing lined up on this track because, oh, you know what? You know what? I actually think that this is not gonna be as hard as I thought. So build mode, and then let's just try and bring it down. Oh no. Okay, there we go. It's not perfectly centered, but you know what? I'm gonna try it anyways. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're staying really centered. Now I just need to click spacebar. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's working. Do you guys see this? Look at how fast we're going. Oh my gosh. Okay, 109, 110, 112, 13, 14, 15. We're gaining speed. We are gaining speed. Look at how cool this thing looks. It's like a little space pod, but on a single trail. This is so cool. Oh, look at, I see the other side here. And boom. Oh, I was like, oh, we landed it, but then I realized we have a gyro stabilizer in here, so we're always going to land it. Well, you know what? I'm surprised that this thing worked on the first try. This is pretty sweet. Now it's just time to move on to the big train, and then if that big train can balance on this little beam, then I'll make that big train go, well, as fast as I possibly can. So let's get to building. Also, I just realized all my parts are still gray, and that was because the last video I made was actually an F-14 that can land on, well, the water. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and check out that video. That one was extremely fun to do, that's for sure. So yeah, this nose is looking pretty good, pretty sharp. Also, a little bit like my Chirpo's face. But anyways, let's keep going. I'm thinking just keep building up and around with this top part here. I'm really not sure how big I want the train because anything too big, I'm gonna need a lot of gyro stabilizers on there. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. More stabilizers means more weight, and more weight means, well, not as much speed. But let me just keep building back here. I'm thinking it's going to be best to make it a little bit taller just so we have more room, and we all know what is going to be taking up the most space here, that's for sure. But we'll get to that later. Now I'm thinking to add a nice little windshield here. I'm just going to do the same thing, but instead of these little 2x2x1, I'm going to do the 2x2x2. Yeah, look at that. See, that looks crazy. I'm not sure if I like it, but it does look crazy. Now we'll get the big ones and try and straighten this out here. Nice, and then copy and flip. Man, this is just a goofy looking train, man. I think I should make it just maybe 2 more wide on each side. Also, what am I doing wasting my time? I'm gonna go in mirror mode here. It's gonna be a lot faster. All right, let's make the little cockpit here like that. Wow, that's looking, it's looking more like a train if we imagine that there's a piece here. So let me continue on like that, and then just build down like we were doing this entire time. But I'm thinking with this spot here, I'm just gonna get these two and bring them back like that. This is the pointiest train I have ever seen in my entire life, man. But you know what? It does look pretty cool. I do like the little shape of this, that's for sure. But let me go ahead and just fill this in, and cool, this is looking good. Let's go ahead and just build all the way back with this thing. Now, it's not going to be a full-size train. This is just going to be the front half of the train. But let's add some nice windows on here. It's almost going to be like an airplane. But then again, I think most bullet trains look like airplanes anyways. So this might actually be pretty normal of a look. Yeah, let's extend that. There we go. Now to save us some parts, we're just gonna do little 2x1s and do it like this for every window. And I'm not sure if this is too big or if it just, oh, no, it's too big. All right, well, maybe these little 2x1s won't really save us that many parts, but let's just keep going here. I'm basically just going to be filling all this in with 2x4s, so yeah, nothing really all that special. All right, I guess I only need 2 and a little 1x4 here. And then I'll do the same for this little backside here too. Now for the backside, I don't want to do something lame and just keep it flat. I know that that's how most, you know, bullet trains are. Because there's usually like a caboose or, you know, more of these along the backside. But because this is just one singular one, I'm going to just want to round it off to where, you know, it just tapers. It looks a little bit more clean. So then I'll do something like this and bring this around. Yeah, there we go. And then it looks like just a 2x2 wedge here. See, that looks nice. That it looks a lot better than just being flat. And now we'll go ahead and get out of mirror mode just for the meantime to put another 2x4 slope here. Okay, cool, looking good. Now I'm gonna go back to these little windows because this is gonna be like a cool little door kind of thing. So this, and then a 2x1 like this, and there as well. So I'm just gonna fill in the top half here. It's not gonna be anything special, you know, most trains don't really have anything going on the roof. So that's looking good to me, but now let's move on to the bottom half. It does look, well, it does look a little bit short, but I am gonna have to add that weird little rounded bit in the center of it. So I'm thinking of doing a cool little design for the bottom and also incorporating that cool little hole going through the center, but I'm just not sure exactly what I wanna do yet. Maybe I can, you know, grab these kind of things and basically just copy it on the bottom like that. Actually, that looks good. That looks really good because it'll kind of disperse the wind that hits this part to go down a little bit more. But I'm thinking the only problem is that I'm gonna have to cut these out and just kind of have it like that because I am gonna have to put this little thing in here, yeah, like that. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and put this here just so we know what to build off of. And then for cosmetic reasons, I'm just going to scoot this back and scoot that back. But I just don't like the overhang. It just doesn't really look all that great. But you know what? That doesn't look too bad. I mean, I'll of course fill this little hole here and all these gaps, but I mean, building straight back from here, that actually might just work. And I think I'm gonna put a little bit of a lip here because I want there to kind of be like a step up. I think it would look nice. So I'm gonna do that. And then I'm basically just gonna put this going all the way down here. And then put a 2x4 going all the way down like so. Ew. Let me go ahead and fill in this little gap. There we go, look at that. Dang it, I just realized I'm not in mirror mode, so there we go. That looks, now it looks symmetrical, so that's good. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and build all the way back with these and then just fill in this little gap here. And then, yeah, I'll come back when I'm starting to put all the thrusters on the inside. All right, well, I have filled the bottom half here. If you look around, you can see that it is nice and sleek. But now it is time for the thrusters. Let me go ahead and just put this rocket engine in here. All right, cool. This one's all the way back, and then I'll put spacebar as the control. I could disable smoke for this thing? That's nuts. Okay, well, anyways, let me go ahead and copy it again, and then copy it again. And you know, I could probably copy it again, but I wouldn't have anywhere for my seat. So I'm just gonna have 3 of these guys in here. And you know what, for the meantime, I'm just going to paint this thing. Let me paint it black and then turn it into glass. There we go. Okay, so I left a little gap here for a gyro stabilizer. I'm thinking just it being in the center of the, I was about to say craft, but I guess train here is probably our best bet. So let me go ahead and crank this up to 10. And yeah, I'll be back when this thing is finally painted up and we'll see if it even works on this single track here. All right, I am at the original spot, and if you guys look here, here is the bullet train. Now this is not lined up at all, so let's try and line it up at least. Yeah, that looks like this might work. But here we go. Oh, dang it! I realized I didn't put a seat in here. Okay, well now that we got a seat, oh. Here we go. Let's take off. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, look at how fast we're going. We're going like 4 times the speed of the last one already. Okay, never mind. I thought that it was just going to keep climbing, but we are stuck at what is that? 232? It just... Oh, that was like GTA, man. I flew out the front windshield. Jeez. Look at how bad that crash looks. I mean, I survived. Like, the seat didn't break, but my goodness. Also, I didn't even like test what the speed of a bullet train actually is. How fast is a bullet train? 200 miles an hour. It's technically a bullet train. So technically, I made a bullet train right off the bat. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude! But you know what? I want to go faster than 200 something miles an hour. I want to go like 300 or 400. You know what? I have an idea. I don't know if I like the idea, but I have an idea. Alright, well, I have made the train longer than, well, your average bullet train, I'd say. But let's do the test. If you look here, it seems to be balancing. And again, dude, I forgot to see again. Again. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Take off. Oh boy. Oh boy, are we gonna go any faster than what we were doing last time? I don't even remember what we were doing, but I remember it maxed out around 200. But now it's like 280 something. We're pushing 300 and... Oh my gosh, dude, did you see how crazy that was? So I'm sure that this was faster, but let's do it again. Okay, here we go. Take off. I don't even know which one this is. Number 2, technically, for the extra large train here. But my goodness, dude, look at this thing. This looks so cool. Let's see how fast we're going. 270. Okay, a little bit slower than last time. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that one was a little bit slower than last time, but you know, it was still extremely satisfying. So I'm just gonna take flight, I guess. Okay. Man, I love this train so much. Also, look at that back door, dude. It is just completely glowing. This is so crazy. Just looking at this thing going this fast is so cool, man. Wow. This thing looks awesome. Oh! Oh my gosh, look at those raining parts, dude. Jeez. Well, there's not much else to this video. Clearly, this is kind of all we could do with this track. I do think that this is extremely interesting to be able to balance with all of these new gyro stabilizer parts. But if you guys did enjoy it and want to see more stuff like it, go ahead and give me some cool ideas in the comments down below. As always, my name is LittleCornDogs, and I will see you guys in the next one.